we have. For Zscaler, you have to do on your company laptop.
On my company laptop,
Yes,
that's gonna trigger an alert.
but your company must have the GIA solution, na?
Yeah, I have it. I have this
Just give me 10 seconds. I'm back. 10 seconds.
I have it on my company laptop.
So, Jude, you have to see, listen carefully, okay? What you
Yes.
have you require the GIA portal access. Make sense?
Yes.
This GIA portal access will provide by your company.
Okay, provided by my company.
Hmm.
Okay.
This is not something available in the market, okay? You must have this portal. Then you need to open this particular portal on your office laptop.
Yes.
Okay. And then you have to download. This is a client connector. And then you have to install.
But if I already have ZCC Client Connector installed already on my company laptop.
That's fine. There is no problem. Then you have to just simply go and log in it with your username and password of the company, like I did here.
Yeah, that's already, yes, I have it like that. I have all
Hmm.
this,
Okay.
log into my company laptop. I was
Hmm.
thinking I should do it on my personal laptop.
So you cannot do that, right? You cannot do that because this is something not available for the everyone. It's not lab, okay? It's actual
Yeah.
portal.
Oh, I see why. I thought I was supposed to install it on my own personal laptop.
But if you want to install in on personal router, you have to open this portal in your personal laptop. You have to open this URL, the company URL, this one, okay?
Okay.
And then you have to go in the policy. Then you have to open the, see, Zscaler Client Connector portal.
Mm-hmm.
And once you open this, so first you get this URL from your company, opening this portal personal laptop, then you have to go in this particular Zscaler Client Connector portal, and after that go in the administrator. See, and
Yeah,
Connector App Store.
yeah. So can I copy like the URL on my company laptop on my own personal laptop? Is that possible?
Yes, you can do that. You can do that.
Really?
Yeah, but you must have to log in. You have to check your company laptop is just open, means the URL is open over the any internet, or they have the SSO. If they have the SSO, they are going to be linked with your company email ID only, company profile, then you cannot open in your personal laptop. Make sense, Jude?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just afraid that I shouldn't go
Yeah,
and
so
do
it's
something
not
else.
it's not 100% case. You're going to work in your company laptop. Means company laptop is going to work, but a personal laptop, it is must be required SSO. Some company use, most of the company use the SSO. So if
Yeah,
you're not
I use SSO to log into the company portal to the
uh,
ZIE.
so in that case, you cannot log in your personal laptop. So you have to check from your company laptop only.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. Okay, good.
Good, understand?
I thought I was supposed to do on my personal laptop. I spent the whole day struggling to see how I can go to buy everything I could. But they were asking me to contact my company. I
Yes,
mean, IT support. I
yes,
was
yes,
like, okay,
yes,
let me
yes.
let me reach out to you. Now I got it.
Shall we
Okay,
start?
good.
Okay. So yesterday we discussing about the element of Zscaler, that's control plane, data plane, and the static test plane, right? So today we have to move forward how actual reporting is going to work. So Basically, what happened, like anytime you're going to just put any data from the input, let's suppose you want to put the manual data in the admin portal, that is going to be synced with the central authority. So admin portal is this portal. This is the admin portal. So you have to create the your data like resources, user URL category. You have to device registration, device management. You can see. You have to host the pack files, location management, VPN credentials, user management. See here, role management. We discussed yesterday, identity, proxy settings, event log, backup restore. So whatever you do in this admin portal, that is going to directly sync with your central authority. So that's why it's become the brain. And whenever user is going to try to talk to any kind of the services, any kind of the URL, the very first thing they will retrieve user ID information, company IP means company ID information from central authority. That's the one thing. Another things they will also get that informations from your gen, or that's going to be like gen pair which is available for the your different regions. So one is going to be there because they also check whether the information is available with me or not. And based on that, they are going to validate. And based on that validations, they are going to allow to make the connections. And then at the same time, they are going to capture the logs also. So that's like a normal process. Any user ID, company ID, that is going to be Zen. Zen is further going to be forward to the like your backup chain, or might be it's like logging only. So they're going to take from the logging data from the log servers. And then after it is going to be admin portal, and that is going to again sync with the CA authority. That means everything, whatever you're doing here, that is in have the proper ecosystems where my traffic is going to land from the user. They are going to check admin portal. They're going to check the central authority, nano logs, jet, everything is in sync. So data is everything available. And how finally my packet is going to be flow, that we have to understand. So very first time, whenever you raise the any kind of the connection, like HTTPS connection, HTTP connections, that very first thing, before going to out from the network, it will validate whether this user is valid or not. So very first thing, you have to be authenticated. Once you have to be authenticated, your connection tracking ID is going to be allocated for you. Make sense? And that connection ID is going to be always just stay with you for forward and for reverse. So that your end-to-end data or communication, whatever you're doing, that is going to be tracked. So the very first authentication is required. Then your connection tracking is going to be there. And then after, you just request the data. Then if that data, that URL or that application is allowed in your policy, where is the policy? This is the policy. You have to create the policy. So if I go here, policy, you have the malware protections, you have the URL protections. Let's suppose I'm going to say my certain URL should not be allowed, right? Let's suppose I want to block that any URL based on the any method. Might be I not have option to edit it here, but if I want to add a rule, if I want to add any kind of the policy, that is going to be there, and based on that, I can block Office 365, any SaaS applications, any custom URL, any application. So that URL in cloud application control is going to block everything for me. So this is going to be there. Where it is. So yeah, so the connection ID is going to be there, and based on that, it is going to be allow or it is going to be block. So it is going to check your scan the result, the URL, app, thread, DLP, bandwidth, file type, and also they're going to check the policy. What is the data I have, and do I have the policy or not? If there is a policy, then request is going to be sent out to their actual application. If anything is going to block at this level, they scan, this is the URL and this is the block. You are going to get the block response. Means user is going to get the block response page. Hey, certain URL is blocked. You visit some website sometime, right? And you find this is blocked. So you're getting the block response. So who is doing that? Might be your firewall is doing that, might be your proxy is doing that, or might be server itself is doing that. Have you seen Jude this kind of the block response page in your past life?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Like in my company, if you want to access Facebook, it's gonna the block page will pop up unless they grant you access.
Hmm.
Yeah. And also when users they are going to some malicious website, it's usually blocked and then it will trigger us an alert that this
Hmm.
user went to this site.
Right. So anything is allowed, then it's going to be allowed. Anything is blocked, that is going to block. That is how it is going to happen. Most important, if it is allowed, it you reach the application. When reply is going to be happen, when reply is going to be happen, again connection is going to be tracked, and the reply is going to again scan the application you're trying to access. Are they have any kind of threads? Are they have the right bandwidth? Are they have the right file? Are they have the DCC? That's again controlling. And if this is going to be correct, then they are going to check the policy. Are they really allowed to access the particular URL file or the URL coming with the threads? If it is showing yes, it is allowed, then it is going to get the HTTP gate page. Means they are able to open the page. If not, it is going to block response. It's going to say you are blocked. So this is how it is going to happen the traffic flow in terms of the Zscaler.
Okay. Let me just show you like can I share my screen?
Yes, yes, hold on. Let me hold on. I'm making the co-host. Yes, please share.
Okay, let me see. Can you see my screen? Which one are you seeing, by the way?
I can see the WordPad.
Uh, you can see WhatsApp.
Yes, I can WhatsApp.
Okay, I took this picture. This is from
Hmm.
the Zscaler lab when it triggers an alert. This user.
Your voice is getting low now.
Okay, you can see right. You can see my screen right.
Yes, yes, I can see.
So you see the user account name when it triggers an alert for this policy,
Hmm.
right? So login custom URL category hits, right? And
Hmm.
then this is a road warrior, according to what you have been explaining to me. These are people that are working from office or anywhere,
Hmm.
right? So it shows that this was blocked when this user went to one of these sites,
Hmm. Right.
right? Is that it? Is that what you're explaining? So
Yes.
when it's been blocked, I see
Hmm.
device action block. And when
Right.
it's been blocked, it then trigger an alert to our
And you can
security
see method is
policy.
a getting get method. Get method is this is trying to open a page, right? Method just above,
Yeah,
just here.
method
Get
is
method.
get, yeah. It's
Hmm.
trying to open it. Is that what you're explaining? That's what you're
Yes,
explaining,
yes.
right?
The
Okay,
same thing, right? So anything
perfect.
landing on the your Zscaler, right? That
Yeah.
always going to be scan, and that is going to check every inspection, either the SL inspection, URL filtering, cloud sandboxing, DLP threat access control, and then only it is going to be allow and it is going to be block.
So that's based on this policy that was written.
Right, 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 right.
Okay, thank you.
So if I draw on the high level, let me share my screen. In overall, how the packet flow is going to be happen, like
Yeah.
we'll discuss that. So let's suppose this is the user, right?
Okay.
User must have to install some kind of the GCC in the system. So that is going to be GCC. But this GCC is
Yes.
going to be stored in the computer only, right?
Yeah.
GCC, then they have to use now either tunnels, what is tunnels or pack. And based on tunnel pack, they will go Gen, right? And Gen is going to check the policy. Check two things. First is the authentication. Second is the policy. Then if it is going to match, then it is going to direct to internet.
The
That is what,
internet.
yeah. When reply is going to back again, right? Again, it's back to the Gen, right? Gen again check not authentication. Authentication is done on for the connection ID. It is going to again inspect here.
The policy.
Again, policy. Policy is going to check. Let's suppose this user is allowed to access the Facebook
Mm-hmm.
chat, right? But let's suppose he is downloading Facebook video. Means you like one video and try to download it, but you're not
Mm-hmm.
allowed to download, right? So when the connection is going to return back to this Gen, this is going to check, hey, you allowed to download the Facebook, but you trying to means you allowed to access the Facebook chat, but you're trying to download the Facebook download means you're trying to download a video. That is not aligned with the company policy. It is going to block here. So that's why you can see in this particular section, we have the block response. If it is going to check the file type, it's going to check any kind of thread bandwidth, then it is going to block. So in forward and reverse, both way the traffic is going to be checked by Gen. This is how it is going to happen the flow. Clear?
Very clear. Yeah, very clear.
Thank you so much.
So in both ways, Zen need to check the traffic.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Like you show the your screenshot. In that
Yeah.
screenshot, you get the block response page because you have a policy in the Gen which is not allowing that particular URL. If you want to allow, you have to create the policy, then it is possible only you can allow that.
Very
Now,
clear.
moving to the how Zscaler process the packet when it is going to land in the Gen, right? So if you understand the Palo Alto firewall, they have the single pass parallel processing architecture. You know Palo Alto firewall?
Yeah, Palo Alto Firewall, yeah.
So they have a concept SP3 architecture. SP3 is equal to single pass parallel processing. So this is how it is known as SP3 architecture. Means single pass parallel processing. This is the same concept they leverage this particular Zscaler that is known as the SSCM. SSMA. That single scan multi actions. So we have the two type of the actions. One is the traditional service sharing actions to processing the packet. And one is the Zscaler enforcement node that's use the SSMA. That is single action single scan multi action. What does mean? Very first thing, whatever packet coming in the Gen, they never return to disk. It's always going to process in the memory. It's a clear? Means they are
It's
going
clear.
to process in the brain only. That is the very first thing. You have to always remember. Means anything you're doing, it is going to process in the brain. Second thing, if I do the packet processing by the my traditional service chaining method, that means let's suppose land my one packet to the any firewall, any Zscaler chain. The packet is going to inspect first URL, then antivirus, then sandbox, then DLP, and then might be content, and then it is going to be out. So it is going to
That's
take
taking
like
a whole long time.
yes, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Total of 5 seconds is going to take here. So time one by one process is going to happen. So it's taking longer time here. But if I go with a single scan with the multi actions, that means once the packet is going to reach in memory, all action is going to happen at one time. Means DLP, DDC, botnet, URL, antivirus, content, whatever you want to do that. And then let's suppose this is going to take 1 second. So all is going to take 1 second, and within 1 second, your packet is going to be out. So saving 5 seconds for that particular packet. Make sense?
Makes sense.
So this is the process how it is going to process the packet in the gen. Means they not use the traditional service sharing process. They use the new process that is known as a single scan multi-action to just process the packet in the Zscaler enforcement node. And this is the one vendor UI, one actions, 0 copies. Means that's going to be very isolated, and that is going to be very, very fast processing to just have the your packet go out. Any doubt, any question on this slide?
No, it's okay.
Okay, good.
So it shows that this one take shorter time to do this.
Your voice is going low now again.
Take shorter time to do the scanning for this one, for the single scan multi-action for the Zscaler enforcement node. So instead of using the traditional method, which take longer time, this one is shorter and everything is being processed in the memory.
Right. Not in disk. Now, if I move to next, we have to understand how we can forward traffic to the Zscaler and what are the different method we have. If I want to forward the traffic to Zscaler, then how I can forward and what are the different method we have that we have to understand. Very important, user could be, there are two kind of users. One is work from office and second is one work from anywhere. This could be working from home, right? This could be working from airport. This could be working from the hotel, any place, right? Resort, holiday, mountain, anywhere where you have the internet. So work from anywhere and work from home. So if my user is working from home, then how my packet forwarding is going to happen? Packet forwarding means how you're going to send the packet to Gen for the processing. End goal is you have to send the packet to Gen. Then only it is going to take action, right? Make sense?
Yes.
So what is the method to send the packet from any user to Gen? That we have to understand. And this is a very important topic for you.
Okay.
So if I'm working from the office, right? Then I can use the method. See, there are a lot of methods. We have the pack, we have the Zscaler app, that is GCC app. So we have to understand which method is going to be used by when. So if I am working from the office, these three methods are very useful for me. Okay, clear? But which one is the
Yes.
most popular? That is a GRE. Why GRE? First of all, we have the 1 Gbps bandwidth speed. This is the IPsec. You can do that, but IPsec always have the complexity and it is just having the 400 Mbps bandwidth. That's the second thing. Third one is the proxy chaining. What is the proxy chaining? You know about that proxy chaining?
No.
Okay, proxy chaining is something you have the one proxy and you sending to another proxy and then it is going to be out from your network. So if you go here,
Proxy chaining.
and let me show you the diagram. So You just think in this way. We have the one proxy and then another proxy, then it is going to the internet. So might be you have the local proxy, and after that you are going to the different proxy. So you have to do the integration between these two proxy. So you can see proxy chaining involves the forwarding traffic from one proxy to server to another, right? One proxy server to another proxy. This method leverages the existing or proxy server with no additional changes to a network. It's quick and easy way to forward traffic to Zscaler service from existing on premises. Means let's suppose you have the blue code proxy, right? You're sending the traffic to the blue code from the your existing network, but you want to leverage the Zscaler also for the POC point of view. So you can connect the POC, means you can connect the Zscaler proxy and blue code proxy together, and you can just do the your work, whatever you want to do that. Clear? That's the proxy chaining.
Perfect.
Clear?
So what's the meaning, what's the full meaning of that GRA? Is it generic routing
Yeah,
encapsulation?
GRE is a generic routing encapsulation. GRE does
Okay,
not.
yes. Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So this is recommended by Zscaler. Means if you are going to forward the traffic from office, this is the office, right? Office network.
Yeah.
Then
Yes.
it's going to be always recommended by GRE. Means inline traffic forwarding, no changes over desktop, sublocation policy, seamless failover, list override, IP server supported, and caveat static egress IP address, GRE capable router firewall needed. Means you have to bring a device who support the GRE, right? IPsec, they have the benefits also, similar benefits. You don't have to do anything. Dynamic IP branch offices, office location policy, optional encryption VPNs, IP surrogate supported, and caveat IPsec. Latency at the failover, they require latency, means it's slower. Sometimes have the issue in the IPsec. Override and the router and the firewalls. That is going to add because you have to add the additional override feature on that. Proxy chaining, there is no change required in the your network. Just connect one proxy versus another, and you can just connect to the Zscaler. But they have the less features if you compare the GRE and IPsec. And that's definitely you have the two proxies. So latency is going to be added here. And failover is not going to be transparent. And here GRE and IPsec, it's going to be transparent because we always have a seamless failover between two proxy. Here also we can do that. Means two chain, not proxy in the GRE and IPsec. We have the primary and secondary chain. Proxy also we can do that, but the problem is we have to build the parallel setups, right? And we have to do a lot of configuration to make them, work as a failover mechanism. Sometimes we have to do a lot of configuration, troubleshooting to just start. So if you have the POC, if you have the testing, it's fine, go with the proxy chain. If not, you're never going to find this solution in your network. Never ever. You're going to find 90% this case, 10% this case. You tell me how your organization is using. They're using GRE IPsec or not?
We are using GRE. So Zscaler support a maximum of bandwidth of 1 gigabyte for each GRE tunnel, right? So
Right.
we are using the GRE.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see they're talking about other method also. Firewall port forwarding and direct proxy setting. That's other method available, but not recommended for production due to insufficient failover support. So proxy chaining and
Yeah.
that all direct port forwarding, it's not supported by the like Zscaler because they not have the full capability to do the failover and all. But let's suppose you're not working from the office, you're working from anywhere, then these two is going to be helpful for you to just forward the packet. One is the pack file and another is the GCC client connector. Make sense?
Yeah. So if you're working anywhere, we're gonna have the pack file.
I'm going to lose your voice again. It's slow.
So if you're working anywhere,
Yes.
so we're gonna use the pack file or the
if,
Zscaler app, which is the Zscaler Client Connector.
yes. So if you're working from the anywhere, then these two are going to be useful. How pack file? It's a browser based, right? Roaming user coverage. See?
Yep.
dedicated proxy port, full failover, GeoIP based pack file, configure exceptions, what you want to send to the Zscaler gen, and what you don't want to send Zscaler gen. That all you can do that. Easily migrated from existing to deployment. Caveat basically it's a browser base. GPU central deployment required may not cover the non-browser app. So if you are trying to use by the pack file non-browser app, it is not going to work. Like you want to use a telnet traffic, it's non-browser, right? SS
Yeah.
traffic, non-browser. SFTP traffic, non-browser. So if anything using the browser, HTTP, HTTPS, it's absolutely fine. But if you are trying to use a non-browser, it is going to be create a problem. But in Zscaler app, it's an old slide. This is going to cover HTTP browser, HTTPS browser, and also non-browser traffic in GCC. It's a Windows, Mac, iOS, Enforce, like anything you have to install the app in your machine, like what I have done in my case. And once you just done this, it is going to build a tunnel, and based on tunnel, you can just enjoy your traffic. You just require the registration, and after that, you are going to be access everything. Clear?
Yeah. If only 1 GB traffic is being sent, if you come, let's say if my company want to send more than 1 GB, let's say like 2 GB, what are we gonna do? Since if GRE is taking just 1 GB.
Yeah, so if you want to send the WAN circuit 2 gigabyte, it's a quite
Yeah, let's say,
high bandwidth, right? If you want to use the
yes.
2 gigabytes, a quite high bandwidth. So probably there is two methods. In this situation, there is no bandwidth limit. If you're going to GCC app, right? There is no limitations. This is the app you can, because this is not required tunnels, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to use pack file, Zscaler GCC app, they are not going to use the tunnels, GRE tunnel, IPsec tunnel. Make sense?
Yeah. So let's say if you're working from the office and then you're using the
Yeah,
GC.
then it's a problem. So I will check the recommended solutions, how we can increase the bandwidth. Okay.
Okay.
I'll get back to
Okay.
tomorrow. Make sense?
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. So I will check this GRE one, how it is going to be increased one. There must be solution, but as of now, as per them, it's a 1 GPS only. Now we understand the forwarding methods, but we have to do the deep dive, how the actual forwarding is going to happen. We are discussing the high level, but I'll do the deep dive. How the actual traffic is going to forward it when you're going to use a GRE, IPsec, and app. What the configuration is going to require, we'll discuss that as well. Now, very important part, how user is going to be authentication. Let's suppose we set up the forwarding methods, we understand the packet flow, we define the GApp process, but how my user is going to be authenticated. So first of all, you have to provision user list department. Where you have to do that? You have to do in these particular sections. You have to go in the administration and you can see authentication section, user management. So you have to upload the data. You can see there are a lot of data. So similarly, you have to upload the groups, user, department. Everything should be uploaded by you, being administrator. If you're not going to upload, it is not going to work for you. So this is the very first thing. Clear? Upload
Yeah.
list of user group department, set policy for the user to forward the traffic. The second, once you uploaded, you have to create the policy. Like you can see, there is a policy. Like I want to create the web filtering policy. So I will go here and define the policy. Malware exceptions. And you can see this is the Trojan browser spyware. So it is going to apply for the all, but if you want to apply the app control. So when you go for the app control policy, you can see this is talking about the department, protocol. In department, it is going to be user as well, right? You can do for the groups as well. But there are the, see here the user as well. groups as well. But you are creating a policy based on the department. Make sense?
Yeah.
So you have to first make your database, then you have to set a policy. Once this is going to be provision, it is going to verify. Once the request is going to be land to the gen, right? It is going to check the central authority where is the repository of the all database. It is going to verify this user is valid or not. After verification, they will enforce the policy, right? And then they will send the traffic to the gen. And what is the method they use? They use might be the SAML-based authentication that is recommended by Zscaler. You can see here. They can use the LDAP, AD-Sync, CSB import, JAB. These are different method, right? IP surrogate, Kerberos. But based on the authentication, most of the time you're going to get the SAML. And then only you're going to be send traffic to the gen. And then it is going to be again check everything. Clear this slide also?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have to understand how and what policy we can define. Because we are just talking the overview. So policy section also you can see. If I go in the policy, this policy have the web policy, SaaS security, mobile, and the firewall. We have the 4 sections, right? Web, SaaS, mobile, and firewall. In slide, I am saying web, mobile, and firewall. SaaS is not there. So old slide little bit, but just collaborated a lot of things, right? In between. SaaS security they also included. But SaaS is basically for the like your SaaS applications. So which is going to use for why? So if I talk about the web security, means anything on going on the web, right? Like they will verify your malware protections, they will verify your advanced threat preventions, sandbox, browser control, access control, URL filtering, file control, bandwidth control, SL inspections. They will verify your FTP control, right? DLP. So this is all whatever you're doing the web, they will be responsible. And this is the section where you can do that all work. Clear? This you can see malware
Yeah.
advanced threat. So anything you want to do the related web, access control, cloud application, file control, bandwidth control, SSL, that is all is going to happen here. Now we have the non-web traffic. Means not non-web, mobile traffic. That is your GCC app. That's going to be Roam, right? You can work from the anywhere. So for that you can see we have the GCC Client Connector portal and malware production we can do. App store we can control. So this is your mobile, means road warriors. They are going to use GCC client connector to just connect to the your gen. Clear this one? What is the mobile?
Yes.
So this is the mobile which is just for the your GCC client connector. Now third one is the firewall. This having the firewall control, DNS control, IPS control. Certainly IPS was not there, but recently they added, so I write it manually. So you can see here, this is the IPS control. Firewall, DNS, FTP, IPS. So earlier it was the firewall and DNS. But now they had added the FTS, FTP, and IPS and forwarding control as well. So they keep adding the new things in their dashboard. So you can get a lot of insights. You understand? We'll discuss more about that, how it is going to get policy and all. But you understand at least this one, right?
Yes. Now, I was like, how do we trade the policies? Yeah, but you said we're going to discuss that.
Yeah, we'll discuss how to get the policy. Okay, we'll discuss. Now, this is the SaaS security, means data at risk, means data at rest. So we have the CASB solutions, cloud access security brokers. So let's suppose you put a data on your OneDrive, right? And your data is sitting there. So that is called data at rest. It's not moving unless or until you uploading or downloading. Make sense? So that is known as the data at rest. So might be data you sit in the Google Cloud or your OneDrive or G Drive. Might be they have any virus, any kind of malware. So who is going to take care? So that SaaS security is there that is going to scan your data and going to be check whether all good or not. If not good, they will take action. If all good, then it is just give the result good. If not, then they will update you as well what is wrong with your data. So that is as secret also there. So that is going to be also added in the slide in upcoming section. And then how overall my authentication is going to happen without authentication. So if I'm going to use a GRE IPsec, definitely in that case also authentication is going to require. If no authentication,
If you are not using authentication, then you need to be in the office.
yes, but sometime in office also required. If the trusted network might be you can bypass the authentication, right?
Yes, yes,
If it trusted, there is trusted network, untrusted network. Trusted network, you can bypass the authentication. But if you're untrusted, don't worry, you have to go with the authentication process, right? So
yes,
if you bypass the authentication, it's possible, but it's not recommended for all cases. But some cases you can bypass authentications. With authentication, definitely all packet is going to land your location, user group, department based policies. And once they authenticate, then only it will go out to the network. Clear for today?
clear.
Any
Yes.
doubt?
No.
Okay. So I believe we can start from here. High availability we'll discuss and a few more things tomorrow and then we'll move slowly. Okay. And we'll once we have the good understanding, then we'll move to the see the configuration part as well.
Okay.
Let's connect tomorrow, Jude. All right.
So for me to have this note and the recording, I need to register, right, to that the
Yes,
net.
please register yourself first. Okay. Please register on this website and once register, update in group. Okay. And
Okay.
connect with Somya as well. Okay. So we'll arrange you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
I'll be able to have all this recording
Yes, yes,
there.
definitely. You're going to get all recording, Jude. It's yours. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Jude. Bye.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
That Zscaler, I struggle with it until I haven't been able to install it
Mm-hmm.
on my computer. And also, I actually need this slide so that I can be reading before before our next class.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, because
So,
right now when we finish, I'm like, okay, how do I go back to study all what you have been explaining? So I need to be keeping that so as to get more information.
got it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll share
And
these slides, Jude, to you. Okay. And
yeah, the
uh,
video is supposed to be the recorded video is supposed to be available to me, right?
it is not available still.
I've not seen any video.
You're not seeing any video.
All yeah, since we started.
Let me check. Give me
The
1 minute.
last time you said they're gonna set me up.
Hmm. I asked, but I typed there is some management uh, guideline. I need to check what is the guideline. But being trainer, I just ask for everything just to say that, video slides so you can start learning. But anyhow, even you want to take a snip for time being, you can take a snip if you want. But I'll definitely ask to share someone to you. Have you done the registration of your on this particular portal?
Yeah, I wasn't able to do that. Had it been I have the video that you were walking through, I would have just followed the
You
video
done the registration on this learn.gune.com?
on Leonard. Oh, not yet.
No, let me share this. Just complete your
Registration. Okay.
yes, on this website. Once done, put in the group you completed. Just complete the sign up process, okay? Once
Okay.
the sign up process, you are going to be in video course, okay? And there will be Zscaler. You're going to find one-to-one session here, okay? Likewise, similar. One-to-one session is going to be there. So these are the live classes, but it's going to be under video because you're going to get a recording only, okay?
Okay. So I'll be able to have the videos
Yes,
when
yes.
I register.
No, it is going to be there after some time.
Okay.
Okay. So, did you register your GCC Client Connector portal?
Yeah, I wasn't able to register. I don't know if they are using my mobile or what. I struggle. I try to like read through. I'm not still getting it. How to install it on my on my desktop.
Which computer you have?
HP,
HP, Windows, right?
Windows. Yeah, yeah.
You should install it. There is no problem. I just
Because I
explained
went.
you have to download the software that is a Windows 64-bit. Okay.
Yeah, but to go now to the area where I download the software, because I search online, struggle, go to zscaler.com, went to that search where I can download the software. I wasn't able to see that.
Let me show you again.
And had it been I have this video that you walked through, it would have been easier for me to like go back again to the video and then take a look
Yeah, I
where I
understand.
was.
Understand.
Yeah.
Understand. Let me work for the videos. Definitely video is going to be there. Don't worry for that, okay?
Okay.
It's just matter of time. I'll make sure today it's going to be sorted anyhow. Just let me try to log in. So you log into the GIA portal, right? This is the first thing. You have to log in GIA portal.
Yeah. Okay. How do you log into this GIA portal?
How do you log in GIA portal, right? You're talking?
How do we log into this ZIA portal?
You have to know your company GIA tenant URL. Do you have that?
You mean my company?
Yes, your company must be given the GIA portal link.
Am I gonna, or am I supposed to use that to log into my personal computer?
Yes.